Yo, man, what you write, man?
Yeah, alright. Kid Kept 1, Brooklyn.
So what crews you down with?
For RIS, MTK, WKS, AOK, AMW, all the crews that are running shit.
Yo, man, so the question here is, why clean trains, man?
Yo, because that's what graffiti's about. Graffiti's about bombing trains, not streets, not fucking trucks, not highways. It's about trains. And all these toys out there don't know that.
But a lot of people say that the train movement is dead. But how you feel about that?
That's why we're here starting it up. That's why niggas like us are bombing. The Risk Mob.
Who's
Ghost, Zephyr, Van, Reese, J.A., Smith, all of us. The whole posse. Zeno, the whole 9 yards of us, man.
So how long you think you're gonna continue to bomb trains for?
For as long as I'm alive, man.
I hear you, man.
All the way, man.
So, I mean, what's the situation with the Vandal cops, man?
Them niggas always sleeping, man. Niggas are scared to bomb because they think they're gonna get caught out there. Yo, riders have always gotten over. Always. Forever. Bombers are forever, man. Vandal squad, they're only one place, man. The niggas don't scope shit out. They don't want to chase you. They're fucking scared they're gonna get hurt.
We had a little situation that night. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, we fucking broke out too late to go bomb this layup, right? And we were planning to do top to bottom, so we needed a little time to stay there and bomb. So we got there right before the shit pulled out. So we only had about 5 minutes in the motherfucking layup. And by that time, people were rolled up, the conductor was in there, and all we got to do was like T to B throw-ups and shit.
Oh shit, those doors open.
Yo, hold up. Let's be out.
Cops? Cops?
No, the motorman.
So what do you think? What do you think the prospects are for graffiti coming back in 1991?
Well, it doesn't look too good, man, because a lot of these toys don't know what it's about. They don't see graffiti on trains, so they don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't have anything to look up to. They see all those toys bombing the highways, or they see niggas bombing streets, and they want to get down with that program, but they don't see no bomb trains, so they don't know what's up.
Do you? I mean, you do bomb streets, but that's not where your main motivation.
I'll bomb streets if I have nothing better to do, just like I'll bomb a highway or I'll bomb a wall or whatever. If I got leftover paint, or if I don't feel like going to train, or you know, the shit is whack, then I'll do a street or whatever. But yo, trains are where it's at. That's where it's always been.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
Traditional graffiti look. I ain't trying to get crazy on this guy. Then I'm gonna come back and like maybe the next color darker, like that, until it's completely light in the middle. And then I'm gonna go back in with that dark purple right there and just like make it flip out. Yeah, well,
little holes in the post coming out.
what I want to do is just get an overall like design, like a blend, and then put mad designs, and that blend will just disappear, and that's gonna be it.
Yo, so what you smoking, man?
It's just a Newport, man.
I hear you, man.
You want one?
Nah, man.
It's a quarter.
Are you selling Lucy? How many pieces do you think you do a week? What?
Well, it depends, man. I do fucking pieces for money, pieces for the hell of it.
Yo, let me
I
show
feel
you
like-
that pastel yellow. Rock?
4 or 5.
If we do the whole primed area black up top, maybe we could write something.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Clark?
What's up, man?
What you doing, man?
Let's tell everybody who y'all are, man.
Clark Fly D.
Sess TMC, 93.
All right, man. The sun is going down. We've been out here for like 9 hours and whatnot. Yo, we're out here, man. In the pool, man.
Chilling.
In the pendant pool.
This is how we play pool. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There was no made up. There was no script here today. You know, we just came out. Well, I got high. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. I just fucking expressed myself like that, you know?
How'd you come up with the name Sess?
Shit. I don't even know. You know, since I was like, I had that shit since I was like 12, 13, back in like 83.
Yeah, when did you start
84.
writing?
Yeah, about 83, 84.
Where you from?
I'm originally from New Rochelle, but I live in the Bronx now.
Word, and how many years you been bombing in the Bronx for? Bombing in New York, I should say.
Since I started.
Oh, word, you were coming down
Yeah,
here?
but I like, you know, I didn't come out big or nothing like that. Not until like, I actually stopped for a while. And up until like, say 91.
Mm-hmm.
I came back out and just, that was it, you know? The year of the recession. came back out, couldn't get an art job, so I made up my own shit.
Oh yeah, you was in some kind of school or something like that?
Yeah, on the down low.
So give us a little history about Clark ID.
Came up. I had my name ever since I was in elementary school. So that goes back like late 70s. Infinite Destruction.
That's the name of your crew. When they see that, they know that's you.
Another flavor.
So who are your influences as a graffiti artist? Or do you not have any?
Well, no, I do. A lot of people influence me, you know, even today. From the old to the young, you know what I'm saying? Even it doesn't have to be a graffiti artist, just shit in general. Art,
Just
you know?
art in general.
Even that, you
You
know?
don't have to be graffiti artist.
You get motivated by music, whatever, you know?
I'm getting paid to bomb, B. I'm dead ass. That's all I have to say. You don't have to know how. I'm just getting paid to bomb and supplied with paint, man.
Oh, well, yo,
Good
that's
friend
cool.
of mine, you know. I look out for them, they look out for me, man.
That's cool. You got any messages to like any Vandal organizations out there?
Oh, they know who I am, you know what I'm saying? They know the deal. There's a little message up there for them if you want to flash to it.
Yeah,
You know?
alright.
They know the deal. I'll see them in court. That's all I'm saying. Word.
Word. So what's up, man? You got any messages? Anybody out there, man? What about the other Clark, man? You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yo, take his
You might not want to talk about that.
I
Nothing
never
to
heard
say,
of him.
man.
I never
Word.
heard of him. I can't see anyone coming here because this place is so dead, you know? I really can't.
I started writing the name Zephyr in 1977. I discovered graffiti mostly hanging out in Central Park, playing hooky, meeting a lot of other writers, the early Rebels and 3YB guys and people like that, some of the old Go Club guys. I went to school in the Bronx, and the 1 yard was right near my school, so I was introduced to trains like that. I was really into like ornate tag styles, actually. Jester, I was really into his tags. Even some other guys like BMT writers, Movin' and you know, old Dondi tags when he was Naco with the heart, and so many writers. Wasp One, like up on the edge of the lights in the 4 trains, and Tracy. You know, I mean, if you look at my old tags, like the way I wrote Zephyr, you can actually see it. Like I would look at Jester's R's, Aztec Z's. I was really taking them and then, you know, maybe changing them, modifying them a little bit. So you know, that's how graffiti, you basically, the art of biting, tastefully, hopefully. My favorite place to paint was the One Tunnel, without a doubt. I mean, that was just a great place to paint. I always liked the One Tunnel. We used to unscrew light bulbs. We used to just take light bulbs from one spot and screw them in, you know, where we were painting if we needed more light. We'd go out and bring food back in, and you know, we had escape hatches, good ventilation, a complete empty track to roam around. I mean, stand back, admire your work. I mean, I got to tell you that it was like a studio. I mean, it was like an artist studio in there. You know, I'm really into hooking up with like the new generation of writers and stuff. I mean, that's what makes coming back so interesting. You know, I think it's great. You know, a writer from the 70s and the early 80s writing with a guy that, you know, started in the 90s and stuff. You know, that's what it's all about. I mean, I'm learning stuff from them, they're learning stuff from me. And, you know, I think also it sounds kind of silly, but like I've met a lot of really nice people.
Is this art or dangerous propaganda? 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 serious art or dangerous propaganda?
Check out that. Rise, R-Y-Z-E, 5AV, 5 Angry Vandals. From Boston. Here, we're here with Wombat, Sly, and my boy Alert.
What are the crews that are running shit out here?
5AV, yo. 5AV run shit. That's it. Been running shit. Still, forever.
So how big is the
First ones to
Boston?
paint trains in Boston. For a long time. Kids used to paint trains. Boston used to have a booming graph scene and shit, but we're the first ones to bring it back. Some other kids have been doing it since and after we did it and shit. And basically the same people who've got the skills 2 years ago still got them now, still doing shit. There's only a handful of writers, like real writers. There's a lot of kids that are starting to come up and shit. But
When you first got started, were you doing pieces thoughts or what?
no, man, I scribbled for a long time and shit, and I didn't really take it seriously, basically until I met Alert. Just cause like, you know, I would get drunk, I'd go to a lot of parties, get drunk, carry a can of paint, and fuck a bunch of shit up. Boston had a booming graph scene in the mid 80s, late 80s, and a lot of it revolved around like the L trains. There used to be the orange lines out here, and then like around 88, 87, 88, 89, something like that, they took them out. So a lot of the scene, a lot of the old shit that was up that kind of just kept it alive just died, and it seemed like a lot of those writers, right when I started coming out, a lot of those writers just stopped writing.
Are you down with any New York crews?
Yeah, I'm down with MDC, AOD, BFB, GZ, Sports.
What do you write, my man?
Lurk KBN.
So how long have you been writing, man?
Since 87, like almost 5 years.
I mean, what kind of style do you think you have? Is it original? Are you influenced heavily by other people? I mean, is it...
I don't look at nobody else, so I mean, I guess it's my own thing. I don't like copy photos and shit. That's a fucking shortcut. You know, comes right out of my fucking head, man.
All right, Scope.
Where are we at right now, Scope?
We're in Staten Island, kind of in the boondocks, you know. This is the end of Staten Island, but, you know, we're still out here writing.
Scope, are there other places that you would like to paint?
Yeah, I'd like to definitely go up to Manhattan, you know, the Bronx, you know, where other people will see it besides Staten Island writers. As far as city writers go, I was following the subways real close, like when Sack and Rack and Photo and people like that were hitting the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and I like their painting style, so they were kind of an influence to me too.
What do you write, Chief?
Mars, SG, Air 3, Zip, Zap, anything I can, man. Nah, those 3 tags.
Excuse me, what do you think about this particular art form?
Don't care too much for it.
Okay, that's good.
Out here, there's no trains and shit to do, so everyone rocks walls, you know, schoolyards or shit like that, you know, little sewer tunnels, anything you could do, you know, you could piece on and shit, you know?
You know this guy? Lower East Side.
How long you think you're gonna keep painting?
Rest of my life, man. Rest of my life. It's art, man. Art doesn't die. It's not something you just do and you say, ah, well, I'm 23 now, so I'm gonna grow up and not do this anymore, you know? But no, I'll be painting the rest of my life. Canvases, books, legal stuff if I can, walls.
Tell us what you write.
Take 5, TE5.
There's guys bombing the clean trains. You know about that?
I seen a few, man. I seen a few guys, man. I seen Smith wrote some shit on a train and whatnot. I seen a couple of guys. I don't know, man. I'll tell you, now it's too clean, man. But sooner or later, that's just gonna be the way it used to be. Graffiti's alive in Staten Island, man. Boom. The forgotten borough, but.
Forgotten borough.
That's right, man.
Okay, well, we'll call this segment that.
That's it, the forgotten borough. That's right, that's good.
Pass me the vodka, we're out the bar. Pass me the beer, we're out the bar. Pass me the bitch, we're out the bar. We're out the bar, we're out the bar, some shit. I'm from the Brooklyn, Borough, here to start some trouble. Fuck with LOB, you get a fist full of knuckles. So let's get in the huddle, those up in the puddle. We're walking by the dirt, we're riders in the tunnel. I want this drink break just to drink out the funnel. Funnel, we rumble, I'm up like Ranger Stubble. When I feel like losing, I order a double. Run, twice, 3 times a lady. I'm not your dirty dancer, so fuck Patrick Swayze. Swayze, I'm crazy, my bitch is kinda lazy. Bitch, get a job, cause Ace got the gravy. Gravy, baits, turntables on the grace. I love the short steak, cause I can't afford the rates. Rates, the fare, I pull the bitch's hair. The bitch is not late, so the A's out of here. Pass me the vodka, we're out the bomb. Pass me the beer, we're out the bomb. Pass me the bitch, we're out the bomb. We're out the bomb, we're out the bomb, some shit.
Breaking windows, making noise.
The killer caves. The regular Russell Fuller stop a joint like Godzilla in the mist.
Hey, yo, tell me what y'all write. Starting with you, man.
I write Caves, K-A-V-E-S.
ADM.
Edge 1.
Alright, and what's the name of your crew?
Lords of Brooklyn's in the house.
Now tell us what this is all about, man.
Lords of Brooklyn's basically, you know, graffiti right motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah.
We're just expressing our opinion. Now it's with words on, you know, on a tape. Before it was writing graffiti. It's the same thing, it's just a different angle. We're trying to keep the thing alive, man, and the whole change, the writing, the whole art form has to stay alive. So this is the best way we know it possible to, you know, bring it out. It's in the rap music. I started writing in 79, 1980.
And when you started writing?
81, 82.
When you started writing, man?
About the same time.
Yeah. So what lines were y'all hitting?
R trains, ends, all BMT lines. BMTs where the bombing happened and shit.
Yeah. So name some of the writers that were up during the time when you were hit.
Like Ant was writing Inside's King and shit. You know, Ghost, Cess, TBK, NYC, RTW, and WOW. Like, you know, middle 80s had the RTW WOW thing going. You know, with Min, Bo, Sago,
TBK.
OD, BTS, all them kids.
BT, Crook, TBK, Conan, a lot of writers.
Custom.
So who are your personally who
Basically,
who are your influences?
In the neighborhood, I moved to Bay Ridge in '79, and kids were bombing straight up then. There was kids on my block from RS3 to Sir, RR, SACE, all these original BF, TBR, AC, NYC. It was all these kids were bombing buses, trains, MOD, Mr. R. You know, you had all of these kids bombing back then in 86th Street.
How did you get involved with rap music?
Well, from writing graffiti, you know, that's basically what you do. You write graffiti after the pieces were done. You chill out with your boys, you get drunk, you know, you chill out and you kick some shit around. Later on in the 80s, I started doing shows and promoting shows, doing graffiti and shows.
Yeah.
I started getting rap groups in Brooklyn and there wasn't nothing going on. I bring Public Enemy down to a club called Ernie Barry's, KRS, Big Daddy Kane. You know, I was the first kid that was doing anything out here.
Who are some of the producers you work with?
We work with Professor Griff. You know, from now we're working with Kid Shandy Quilden, House of Pain, you know, DJ Lethal, and all those guys.
This is like a sensitive question, like in the rap world and shit. Like, because y'all been into this for a while, I mean, you know, y'all being white rappers, how were y'all treated when you first, like, started, like...
Nah, of course they're gonna look at you like, you know, it's like you have to tell them your whole life story before they listen to you. And, you know, right now, white kids are still a minority in rap music or whatever. As long as you got the heart and you're doing something for the right cause, man, they shouldn't question nothing. Nobody should question you. Right. Straight up, motherfuckers that want to jock the train shit better be out there writing on them. They better be down in them tunnels risking their ass or their fucking life and stop perping like you wrote. What lines were you on? What lines were any one of them motherfuckers that are going to talk about where did they write on? Because they're probably getting vicked, yo. The same thing goes for rap. If you're going to talk all the shit, just like graffiti, you in the wrong yard, you're getting vicked. And they're in the wrong yard. If they're talk about writing and even perp to take pictures in a train yard.
My man's got like makeup and shit on, posing in front of a fucking train, yo. That shit ain't shit, man. Come down the tunnels and hang with us, man.
The whole thing about the video is giving respect to kids that never got respect on the lines, from people like Iz to Wiz to Ant to Min to Ghost, you know, anybody that was out there that was bombing or whatever. Even the new kids, there's a lot of new kids that are fucking risking their ass, bombing, Duel, Ket, all these guys, you know, they're out there, you know, getting theirs on the line. Whoever else is bombing, I give more credit to them for doing it now. Because back then it was, you know, back when all these guys that are making money now, there wasn't even fences on the yards. All they had to do was fucking walk in. Bond the System's about us back then and now. We're trying to show what it was like to ride on them trains and the feel that you got to pour ink into a marker and bomb this shit, man. All the old writers feel for this shit, and that's why we're bringing it out. I mean, we are the first rappers to ever bring this shit out because it's our life, man, and there's no front on that. That's why I can't be compared to this one or that one.
So you don't like the gallery scene at all?
Yo, it's cool because it's still, I don't know, once in a while it comes back. They give some people, they're giving the same people the same money. They find some new writers, man. Find some real kids that are bombing trains now. Got plenty of skills, man. Get off that old school who was doing what on the IIT shit. And I mean, IITs was there. BMTs had the shit going on too. I mean, Baby 168 and Ice and yo, there was plenty of kids on the BMTs that were wrecking shit.
Brown and Walker, bring the train out for 16 track. I was a 10-year-old tunnel rat, dogging every motherfucking train on the map. It all started with an artistic flair to tear the train roll up, and everybody would stare. 1983, my name was known. I ran our train and heads got blown. Blown in flight, sparks ignite. The R rolls up down, so I move to the right. I scoop at that station for 5-0, 5-0. The R sleeps in the tunnel. I move slow, move slow. I got a bag full of cans, I make no noise. But on the end of the station, got us a bunch of toys. So I roll on them with my face covered. The first one steps, what you right, motherfucker? Stuff his ass, take his cans. And if you're old school, brother, yo, the shit's called fam. Station's clear, time to jet. I jump on the ground when I take a few steps. And to no surprise, what do I see? A first he bumped, oh yeah, a Richie. Grab the can of Crown and I pop the cap. I see a clean train, I wanna paint a black bomb the system. We are the originator, not common imitator. The Lord of Brooklyn, busting and cuffing. Not trying to cross the thought call, you get a beat. Rip on the system, rip on the system. Crept down the steps to the depths while toys slept. Endorsed my name on a train like a bank check. Spit the tip to it drips black flow. They whip letter after letter like tic-tac-toe throw. Up a tag, rag the blue blank panel. Flatto close of the Vandal, stand by ink and enamel. Underground on the tracks on my way to take pellet. I was raised on the rail, a male Scorpio felon. Got the uni taped up in a bag, felt flooded. Tell my name in blood. I'm a youth that's hunted. Want the tracks like a rat with the sight like night vision. Star for fame, so I bombed the system. We are the originator, not common imitator. We are the originator, not common imitator. The Lord of Brooklyn, busting and cuffing. Not trying to cross the phone call, you get a beat. Rip on the system, rip on the system. Cages back to baby, sucking the Vandal, face a magic mark, a tunnel, creeping the reaper, blast a fuck smash transit. Authority is none, toys can't stop us. Turnstile hopper, fuck the copper. Rude behavior, graffiti savior. Pass me the marker, got the people for the flavor. No, not black sheep, damn shit, I mean black ink. It drips down a panel all the way to damn sea. Lord of Brooklyn, a crew that's massive. Fuck these punks, these rappers that are passive. Caves of bombing style, flower. I lead many, but my name ain't Noah. No nonsense, no way, no how. Keeps them underground that roll for miles. I break them more motherfuckers than crazy legs. I used to rob in the Roxy way back in the days. Some calling art, and others a crime. Many nights I risk my neck, and many nights I pull a Vic. Many nights cops chase, many nights I wanna quit, but I can't. I'm feeding for it, fuck it. I bomb the system. We are the originator, not common imitator. We are the originator, not common imitator. The Lord of Brooklyn, busting and cuffing. Not trying to cross the thought call, you get a beat. Rip on the system, rip on the system. I'm coming from the depths of the underground. I rocked out the subway, right through the concrete, through the street. I'm headed one way, can in my hand with a cap that is fat. Knapsack on my back, out the hatch from the tracks. You've gone wild in the tunnel on the gravel. Hit the car like a gavel, 4 boroughs I would travel. To ruin every line of wage war on the transit. Cops try to ban it, strap hangers couldn't stand it. Bloody taped up in the fist of the Vandal. Tags on the ceiling and the doors and the panels. Burger Mr. Rack, permanent and flat black. Kids on dirty tracks with the racks hitting flats. Talking strictly facts about the days, how it was. Ain't tripped from the tips on the surgical gloves. Woolworth, the rack was thickest. Markers off brown, Martin paints, ain't he there? Pearl paints on canal. Minis, unis, pilots, pentels. Beast books sketched up, outlines and pencils. On the birds on Pacific, what a kick it is Pacific. Modern hieroglyphics, urban characteristics. Blow in the marsh, the denim in the wash. Garvey and the Marvy and IQ, those fucking cars found the system. What's your function?
So, who's some of the writers you went up with?
Well, I mean, you know, sometimes I don't like to mention because it's like, who's this guy? I never heard, you know what I'm saying, right? In that sense, but you know, I mean, some of these guys sit back reminiscing and talking about stuff and you don't even understand what that, you know. I used to write with Jimbo 6, and you're like, yeah, I hear you know. Yeah. But I mean, I've hung around with you know, the majority of the, I mean, I knew just about everybody, you know what I'm saying, who was I mean, surprisingly, like, this is for all the guys who call themselves bombers and so on and so forth. I did, me and In were like this, you know. Basically, what a lot of people don't know about me is In, okay? The first throw-up king, right? And that was like my man, you know. We were pretty tight, and we hung out. You know, and most of us guys, we hung out, a lot of us were friends. We weren't into that, like, rivalry crap, right? We had different writing crews, but it wasn't a thing like us against you and so on and so forth. It was like a competitive fun, you know, as opposed to like the knives and the guns and all that other nonsense, right? You know, I mean, so the main guys I hung with, say at first, were super cool, and when Riff started writing, me and him started getting together, and probably, I would say a guy named Hot Sauce 575, who a lot of people probably never even heard of him, but I'm saying Hot Sauce was, in his day, Hot Sauce was bad, everybody knew him, so, you know, and that in a sense, you know, I mean, this is like a total history. It wouldn't be anywhere without that. That's the foundation for it, you know what I'm saying? And then you have maybe like 2 or 3 writers that were writing back then to this day that I feel are still contributing to the art now, and that's the difference between them and maybe guys who wrote, you know, say you might say Ked 2 or somebody who was a writer people knew, but his existence within the art was totally different. You know, you're gonna probably have more guys who write than guys who have like a crazy impact on the art as far as what the art is, you know, which isn't always like that, you know. I mean, it's not 5,000 Picassos in, you know, in his time, so to speak, so, you know.
At some point, it changed from just writing on the train to actually being an art form.
Right, well,
the steps up.
Okay, that's where I feel that whole so-called graffiti terminology should have been thrown out the window, okay? First of all, we were always called writers. We didn't call ourselves blank artists or anything like that. We just called ourselves writers, which in a sense was totally appropriate because of the fact that it is writing one way or another. And if you start to talk about calligraphy, which is different styles of handwriting and writing, more so than not, every borough had their own type of calligraphy, okay? And Brooklyn had theirs, Manhattan had theirs, which was kind of standardist English. And then the Bronx was a derivative of Brooklyn and Manhattan. Okay, that's a fact. So, you know, it's no question about that. You can, if you were to like sit there and look at all the signatures simultaneously, chronologically, or however you want to look at it, you could see it, you know, which came before, and so on and so forth. Now, I think with, you know, people experimenting and so on and so forth, with what you had in your Babylonian existence, which is English and certain types of topography, guys picked up on it and started to use that, you know, as a way to do their names as opposed to just doing signatures. I think so. You could say it went from big signatures to just crazy looking fill-in signatures, you know, which probably were on train stations. Guys like but I think the first pieces I ever saw that you could say was a piece was this guy CC10 and I think Barber and Even, and they did these big, like crazy looking pieces on I think it's 110th Street and when he stops, and then you could kind of speculate what happened from then. You know, the first guy to do something filled in on a train was Super Cool 223, right? He was the first one to do top to bottoms and all this stuff, and if you was there, you could big, so that's like kind of funny when you think about it, okay? And nobody was going for it. You know, they were like, the whole can of paint, man, you must be crazy. You know, you could put like 50, 60 signatures, 100 signatures with a can of paint. And this stuff, at the time, this stuff looked crazy. Even for his stuff, it looked kind of crazy because he wasn't really a stylist and so on and so forth. And nobody mastered the can of paint as far as doing fillings and stuff. And then after that, he did his top to bottom. And I think that kind of like definitely did it, you know, to a degree, because everybody saw that and people were like,